Okay, so hello, David Bradley here. Last time we were messing around with a joystick, and it went okay. Right now, I just found some other glasses that I was looking for. These are snazzy, kind of. They're bifocals, and the reading part, well, it's kind of got two reading parts. And that I can see better some of the keyboard things in the top part, but if I really had to get something small, then the bottom part would be good. So maybe I can wear these more and not get so dizzy. And these are heavy. These are glass. They're glasses made out of glass. Can you imagine? So for the moment, we'll leave that there. And I suppose, oh, I should have taken the price tag off long ago. Okay, so the Commodore joystick is a magical, beautiful thing, but it's not. It's crap, but it still sort of somewhat works. I had someone call looking for the nameplate from an old VIC-20, and I haven't had any luck yet. This is one from a newer one. Note the rainbow. I was able to get this one off fairly well, but a lot of them, like, they were made to really fit into the case well, and the only way to really get them out is to ruin them, which kind of defeats the process, or the purpose. The process defeats the purpose. So I'm not anxious to try and ruin any. I think I already did sort of tweak a couple that were not nice. I mean, you gotta kind of look for just the littlest thing to get underneath, but there's no room. They are, if you look at yours, and they seem to be like this on all the machines, they fit really well. Imagine. So that is good. It is always good to have things that fit. I guess that makes it harder for them to come out, which is exactly why they would make them that way. So, at the moment, I'm sort of in between things. I have to do a little tidying here. I have some wayward screws and bits and pieces. This one, that is a Torx 10. I'm going to put that into this screwdriver so I know it's in that screwdriver, and then I'm going to put it in my little bag so I know what is what. And here is the special tool to take the nuts out of the Commodore 128 keyboard. Here's some extra things. There's some more bits. There's some more bits. Here's a Mastercraft screwdriver from Canadian Tire. What have I forgotten? What have I lost? Oh, here's a Sharpie. Good for marking bags. And you know what? This came out of the glass case that I put the screws in. Ooh, it's soft and yummy. I think I will. Oh, wait. I know what I will do with that. I'll try. There's a little mark on these. I'll try and clean them. Well, they look much better as I do this. But there's still a dark spot. Oh. Oh, much better. Anyway, I will put this, maybe I will put it with the glasses, imagine. So what I'm really kind of waiting for at the moment is I left the keys that I rescued from the 128 downstairs soaking, and they're still soaking, and they still need to keep soaking. And with these ones, I'm sure, because they were pretty filthy, I will gently let the water out. I have, by the way, a little strainer in the sink to make sure that nothing goes down the drain, like a key. And then I'm probably going to repeat the whole process. I am. So, at this moment in time, as I said, I'm tidying up things. I have, oh, look, another Commodore 64. Oh, what's this? Oh, my notes have fallen off. Works okay, no color, keyboard dirty. Old dirty 64. Sound okay. Anyway, but what I have here on top of the monitor are some screws that I don't know where they came from. So, as much as I hate mixing things up, but they're already kind of all fouled up, I have over here a miscellaneous bucket basket thing. In it, I have a couple of envelopes that are marked. Oh. These are screws from a 128, I guess, when I took the circuit board off. 1,000 things, big things, and then there's a bunch of miscellaneous things. Ooh. Including a bit, which should be in the bag. And I don't understand why these rose-colored glasses are there, but they are. And then, just put those there. And we have a bag. And there's something in it, but it's not marked. So, might as well figure out what it is, without hurting anything if I can. They're little screws. Seven of them. I think there's something to do with the 128. But as I did not mark it, I'm not sure. So I will mark it now. Screws. 128, question mark, 7. Someday, maybe I'll figure that out. Maybe not. But anyway, and here, oh yes, here's another screwdriver that is broken. So I'm going to do the only reasonable thing with that. If you were here before, you remember I had a screwdriver sort of box, case, something that I'd taken everything out of, everything had sort of migrated out of. It wasn't going to be much good, so I'm going to recycle it. And that screwdriver is also going to be recycled, so I have one less thing. Yes, one less thing. So, it is important to keep your work area tidy. Something that I talk about. But, I am not the best at it. For example, this 64 that's here, it really can't sit where it should sit because there's too many cords. So, and too many little envelopes with parts here. So, These are Commodore 64 parts. I should take that. And I should take that. They are I took a Commodore 64 keyboard apart, as you may have seen. So, I have more glasses. And I have a couple cartridges. This one looks pretty yummy. It's Load Runner from Broderbund. Never understood that name. Anyway, and here is Pit Stop. Good for testing sound. There's a twist tie from a cable that I don't need. And I'm going to try. Oh, here's some discs. Oh. For those of you who don't know, this is my pool table. And so it has sides that stick up a bit. So I really would rather have this Commodore 64 able to sit down properly without stress on it. Oh look, a screw. Into the screw bin. So I was recently inspired by Carl Hilden to try and find out how many 1541s I have. And the answer is still, I don't know. Works, F7, yeah. Here's a note that was on the machine. See, here's the killer thing. If you use something, if you tape something on too good, you ruin the case. So, I suspect this one, it's from this one, because it says F7, F8 key, and this machine is missing the F7, F8 key. So, I will stick it on the bottom. Well, I'll put it underneath, so at least I know. There's another note on here. Works, August 2014. Okay. So, it's getting a little tidier, but not much. Here I have the little clips that hold the LED from 128 in place, and here I have two 128 LEDs. And here is a really good joystick, not like the crap Commodore one. Crap. It's a Wico or Wico or whatever. It is good. Now, I'm trying to make more space. Oh look! It's 1541 too. We've already been through that. I'm going to put that on top of these other 1541s that are on top of some dual drives. There we go. And what do we got? Oh, it's a serial cable. Handy, useful, but not right here. Ooh, here is a really beat up Epix fast load cartridge, which I never ever use. Never did, didn't like them, because you know what, I figured if you're going to be using a 64, oh, more screws, they're going to take a while to load. And when you add something new into the mix, it's another variable that might make things not work. And then you never know. Well, is it with the fast load? Is it not with the fast load? What's going on? So I never use them, but I know people like them. And certainly the 1541 was painfully slow. Here's Radar Rat Race. Here's the innards. I suspect from a Commodore 64 keyboard that I recently took apart. And right now it's sitting on top of a 128 that's open to test things, so it really doesn't need to be there, so I'll just put that over here. So we're getting a little more space. Oh, and here's some more tools. Tools are good things. This is the kit that had the little twisty thing that I use. Now this is too big for the box, sorry, the bag that I put things in. So I think I will put it in front of me on top of some manuals by the box of discs that seems to make everything not work, that I'm not going to test any more of at the moment. Maybe I can close it. Maybe not. There does seem to be some paper in the front. What is this? Oh, probably something vital. What is this? Ooh. Robot Rascals, the manual. Well, I'll just leave that there. So I'm going to put cartridges up here. And what do we got here? Oh yes. And that's the same cable. Actually, I was going to use this one. I was going to keep it because it has a funny bend to it. Probably because it was sitting up against something for a while. I will put it back in play soon. At the moment, I will put it over on a pile of other miscellaneous things. What do we have here? Oh, looks like another miscellaneous serial cable. And here, on top of this 128, is another box of discs. I think I need to test some more things there. And here's a 128 that I had hooked up. I do have hooked up to the testing rig that the Commodore made and others have copied, I think. I think at this second, I think it's still connected. I think I'm going to take the cable. See, one of the nice things, if you have a video cable that just has 5 pins, it'll work in most anything. So I'm going to turn that on. I'm going to turn on the monitor and see that everything is still okay with this thing. Yes, this is the C128 40 column diagnostic revision 789010, and it is running through the 0 page, stack page, screen RAM, color RAM. By the way, at some point I'm going to get you a different camera angle. I just have to figure out how. I think I'm tired of these rose-colored glasses. I think I will take them off. I do need to make sure I don't forget I have, yes, I still have the screws from a 128 in there from the keyboard. I must put those in a bag. But anyway, I don't know how helpful this test thing is. It does seem, it certainly gives me an idea of what's what. It does. What is this? Commodore 128, C128 diagnostic cartridge. The one I have in there doesn't have a nice cover around it, but it does nice things. It's very much like the one for the 64. Here's an original VIC-20 power supply. Yes, it is Commodore AC adapter with just the 2-prong plug. At this moment, it feels a little, I have been testing things with it, it feels a little warm. But at this moment, I can probably unplug it. But I don't want to move it too far away, because I know as soon as I do, I'll want to test an old VIC-20, and then I won't know where it is. So I'll put it just over, by the 128. Oh. So this is going through a whole bunch of its RAM tests, and then eventually it will get to the only thing that is actually, well, not fun, but somewhat interesting. Oh, there's a little thing from a VIC-20. covers up the video chip. But that, or the VIC chip as it was. So in a moment, here we go. The SID chip will be tested. Right. Okay, this is one actually I knew was already bad. We heard the first 3 voices, but the 4th voice, which is the noise one, didn't work. And that's okay, because I knew it was like that. But it's it lets the machine be tested and be okay about it. Because if you don't have the chip in there, I'm never sure. Oh, it's funny. I have this other cartridge here that says it's for 128 diagnostic things. Maybe it's 80 columns. I'm not sure. I'll try it. Aha! It comes up and goes into strange memory. Maybe it's for 80 columns. Maybe it doesn't work. I'll reset it, reseat it, try again. No, it goes in there. Well, it's alright. I'll keep it handy. I'll figure it out. This is the uncovered cartridge that runs all the test programs. And you just gently put it in the cartridge port, as with any cartridge. Turn it on. And away she goes. So, just a little routine maintenance here. What I think I'm going to do now is, oh, I know what I can do while I'm here, which I'm sure they're okay. But I have 2 Commodore 128 LEDs here, and I know where to plug them in. And I can make sure that they work. This is just for power. Oh yeah. They're actually kind of 2 LEDs side by side. And that one works. They're red. And let's see. And that one works. Excellent. And when I bring more of the envelopes up here, I will make sure that they get into their appropriate places with their little hold down pieces of plastic. So, I think I'm going to go clean some more keys, but also I'm going to take these keys from a Commodore C64C, the white keys, the thick keys, that I took apart, because I think somebody who called me needs, I think, an arrow key or something. Anyway, I will sort that. I will put things in bags, and we will meet again. So, until we meet again, David Bradley signing off. Have a lovely day. Come again. Bye for now.